Welcome to the Feel Better, Live Better podcast. Our goal is to provide you insightful conversations about all things health and wellness. We dive into the stories, science, strategies that help you optimize your well-being, physically, mental, and emotional health. Each episode features engaging discussions with health experts, real-life success stories, and practical advice to empower you on your wellness journey. Whether we're breaking down the latest medical advancements, exploring holistic health solutions, or chatting about everyday habits that make a difference, our goal is simple: to help you feel better and live better. Tune in for inspiring narratives, expert consultations, candid conversations that bring health to life, one talk at a time.
If you enjoy our podcast, please like and subscribe and consider becoming a digital subscriber to the Albuquerque Journal to help us bring you more content like this. You can find this episode and all of our podcasts on the Albuquerque Journal website, abqjournal.com, as well as YouTube, iTunes, and Spotify. See the show notes for a discount code on a digital subscription. Thank you for supporting the Albuquerque Journal, New Mexico's leading news.
Hi, I'm Kristi Fury, your host for the Feel Better, Live Better podcast. Today, we're talking with Kate Honegger, an integrative nutrition health coach. We'll be discussing the benefits of adding a health coach to your journey of health. Let's get into it.
Beyond Health is dedicated to helping patients achieve a life of health. Our passion at Beyond Health is transforming your health so you can live the very best life. Beyond Health can be your partner in your journey to optimal health.
Welcome, Kate Honegger. I'm so excited to have you here today. You've become a phenomenal colleague friend to me lately, as far as working with you at Beyond Health. You are an integrative nutrition health coach.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about how you got to that place and kind of what that is.
Okay. Thank you for having me. Excuse me. I got to health coaching in a pretty direct way. I had gone through my own really just change in my health. I took control of it, and then I got really interested in it. I was looking for a new career. I had been a mom of 3 for probably, I think it was 14 years at the time, and was looking for something that I felt really passionate about, that I was interested in. So I found the Integrative School of Nutrition, IIN, and I went through their health coaching certification process, got my certification in 2019, and then I started my own business called Clementine Health Coaching.
Very good.
Yeah.
And you were a teacher before that, right?
I was, yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. I always tell people that. So when you work with the patients at Beyond Health, how do you work through that process with them? So like, say I send you a client, what does that process look like?
First
from
of
the
all,
beginning?
Yeah, we have a consultation.
Okay.
And what that means is I ask tons of questions. I want to get to know them. I want to know what their struggles are. I want to know what their hopes are. And we talk about all of the ways their current habits, their current lifestyles getting in the way of that. Then we schedule their first session. And at that first session, we do some metrics. So we take a look at what we're trying to create a health vision. I want them looking forward into the future for their health span. So we take a look at what is the most important things to them in order to get there.
Okay.
And then we start setting goals.
Okay. So from your perspective, why do you think health coaching is such a critical part to help patients live health? Like if you nail it down as far as from like a behavior or a mindset, whatever that might be.
Right. So I think that when you are looking to make change, sustainable change, and you're not sure, there's so much information. You get a lot of data from Beyond Health. You get a lot of information from the internet. It's really a lot of noise, and it can distract you from actually getting in to what you need to do personally. So as your health coach, we really zero in on those things.
Yeah. And so that was kind of a great lead into my next question. In functional medicine, like a clinic Beyond Health, we give our patients a lot of information. And I realize that. I mean, it's hard to simplify it within a couple of appointments. I mean, I always tell patients it's a process. But why do you often think patients struggle implementing those plans when they don't have a health coach like you?
Right. Well, it's a lot of information. And to take all of that information and put it into actionable steps, break it down into easy, small procedures that you can implement into your daily life, that is really difficult to do. Plus, you're living your life.
Yep.
You're busy. You've got a lot of other things that you think about. And so finding a spot, a place to think about health itself for yourself, that's our health coaching session. It is a very targeted 50 minutes.
And what is the barriers that you see for them to achieve health? Like, we can be prescribing them peptides, supplements, hormones, but I always tell patients, they can be on the best regimen possible, but if they're not doing their part of stress management, prioritizing sleep, the food, the movement, what's the common theme that you see as far as that barrier?
They don't even realize it.
They don't even.
So I talk to them about those exact things. How are you sleeping? How do you feel in the morning when you wake up? What is your routine at night before you go to bed? What do you do in the mornings to get yourself ready for the day? How do you take care of yourself? And a lot of times people are not doing that, or they're doing things that they don't realize really are not going to help them move forward in their health journey.
Yeah. Do you think it's and I'm kind of asking you, do you usually think it's a lack of movement issue, lack of awareness, lack of food? Tell me a little bit, where are the trends?
I think lack of movement is huge. A lot of people are sitting at a desk all day long, and they don't even realize what time of day it is that they've been sitting for 6 hours and they haven't really even gotten up to go to the bathroom. That was really eye-opening to me that people are doing that. So movement is huge. Getting up, moving around, going outside, getting some fresh air. Food is big. A lot of people are eating in a very distracted manner. They're not paying attention to what they're eating, and they're waiting too long. They're not prepared. So they get to this point where their blood sugar just is totally low, and they make poor decisions because they're like, what can I eat? I need something right now. And the thing they want to eat is the thing that's going to give them the most energy, which is sugar.
Yeah. So when a patient, that's a great word as far as when they're not, I never thought of that, using that word as far as they're just not prepared to eat. How do you help them work them through that process?
We have to break it down into really small, actual mindful steps. They need to bring mindfulness into their daily practices. So we really sit there and we make a list. I'll do a little schedule with them, or I'll make a little list of how they're going to do it. So for instance, if you are working, and you don't have a prepared snack that you brought with you, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I don't know. So we talk about it. Okay, night before, this is part of your nightly routine now. And it's their deal. It's not me telling them what to do. They are the experts on themselves.
Correct.
So we really think about how they can work this into their schedule. Their life.
Yeah. Well, I think it's that sense of empowerment.
Exactly.
Humans, we're smart human beings, right?
Exactly.
But I think it's just that lack of awareness and then not feeling empowered to, I do need to think about movement. As simple it might sound to someone like you and I.
Yeah.
That and as simple, you're probably a lot better than food with I am. I'm like one of those that I think about food, I want it, but it's just like, it's 10 a.m. and I haven't had breakfast yet.
Yes.
I need to get,
we all struggle with that.
We all struggle with that.
We all struggle with that. If you're not on it, like on a Sunday, if I am feeling tired or whatever, and I don't get myself organized for the week, I struggle. But I try to give myself little safety nets, I guess is what I would call them.
Okay.
So that I know that if I haven't gone to the grocery store, I have something in my pantry. That I can eat that'll be okay for me,
And I know you've worked at other clinics, and like I said, I've thoroughly enjoyed getting to know you over the last few months and kind of getting you integrated into the clinic.
Yes.
But what is your personal experience as far as when we combine the two services, like where have you truly seen the most success and also where it's failed?
Okay. I think where I see the most success is when the practitioner, you, and the health coach, me, have opportunities to almost have like a conversation about the patient.
Okay.
This is what I'm seeing. This is what you're seeing. How can we help them move forward together? What are some goals that I can relay to them from you that you see? Because you have so much knowledge about what's going on in their bodies. And I can then help implement that.
Okay.
So the communication is really important.
Yeah.
Yes. I think where it falls short is that other clinics that I've been in, they don't realize the value of having a team that's working together to get a patient to their healthiest self.
Yep. Yeah. No, that's why, I mean, I really, from a personal perspective, extremely excited for 2026, for this year, knowing, I know where we're going to take you in the clinic, you know, as a contractor to really help us fill in those gaps with patients, just simply from a time perspective. And, you know, my ultimate goal with the clinic is to truly create life change for patients, but at the end is to help them live health, right?
Yes.
And I know you are absolutely are you going to be a huge part of that success?
Yes, thank you.
So why do you feel like, shifting a little bit, why is addressing mindset and emotional patterns essential when you're trying to get down to the root cause of that barrier for them?
Well, emotion dictates so much of how we live our lives. So if you're not even aware of your emotions, your self-talk, you can be sabotaging yourself left, right, up and down and not realize it. So really understanding that, so I do a technique called mirroring. So when people say something to me, I mirror back what they say. And a lot of times they're really surprised to hear their words. Then we talk about their mindset. It is a shift. You really do have to decide, this is who I want to be and who I am going to be, and how am I going to work to get there, and be aware of those emotions that are trying to kind of reincorporate and pull you back to where you were. So they're intertwined.
They're intertwined. Yeah, that mindless. I was at A4M last weekend in Vegas, which is our big anti-aging longevity fest for that conference. And like, mindless, you are correct. I was walking through those casinos mindless because, you know, that is not my jam at all.
Yeah.
It always drives me crazy that we have conferences like that in Vegas, because I think
Yes.
Vegas is probably one of the most unhealthy.
Yeah, overstimulating.
Overstimulated.
Don't get any rest.
I mean,
don't
and again,
pay attention
mindless.
to your rhythms.
Yeah. I was mindless those 3 days, for sure. Why do you think patients who engage successfully with you often see faster and also more consistent results?
Well, the results come when you have an appointment. It's kind of like seeing your trainer at the gym. When you have an appointment, you know you're being held accountable. You know that you're working towards something with someone else. So it keeps it on the forefront of your mind. It's at that mindset again. It's shifting how you think, and it's moving yourself towards that, what I call health vision. We're moving towards that consistently over time. And so when you don't have a health coach, that is up to you to do. And a lot of the times we don't put ourselves first in terms of our own health.
Well, and I think more wondering, you know, I just, even myself, you know, I know if I'm not working, you know, for a targeted result, I'm a wanderer. And,
Yes.
you know, I mean, I've been thankful. Movement, exercise has always been a part of my life, and food has always been a part of my life. But I can, you know, tell you that wandering even affects people that have those health habits.
Yes.
And so I think that where you're so vital to the success for the client is to help them kind of stay on point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And where I'm excited is I would love to do a study where patients of ours that are engaged with you, how does that correlate with improved lab results, improved body composition and symptom? Like that's
Yes.
a goal of mine to, and just to kind of present to the patients to motivate them to invest in their health with a health coach, someone like you.
Yeah.
But I mean,
think that
and
would be
maybe you
amazing.
already know those stuff. I mean,
I actually don't.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that health coaching is. It's been around for a while,
has.
but it is very new in New Mexico, here especially. So I'm not aware of studies that have actually been done here, but I do know that people that I follow, like Dr. Mark Hyman, he's a huge proponent of functional medicine and health coaching. And they all say working with a health coach helps move you forward and helps get those markers where you want them to be.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And on that point, where do you go to a lot of conferences, or like how do you stay up with your continuing ed?
So I follow my school.
Okay.
And they have continuing ed that you can take to keep up with your coaching credentials.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like little CEs for health coaches.
Are there certain books you recommend for patients?
Yes. Many. Well, it just depends. I mean,
Yeah, what they're struggling with.
what they're struggling with. A lot of it, sometimes I recommend ones that talk completely about diet.
Okay.
Sometimes I recommend ones that talk about lifestyle. So it depends. Everyone's different, and that's the other beauty of health coaching client relationship is that we recognize that you're an individual. You're different from other people. Your goals are different from other people's. So it's very personalized and targeted to the individual.
Well, and I think it goes back to that patient empowerment. That I think if we can empower patients with knowledge, the likelihood of them having long-term health success is impactful,
Exactly.
right? And I would love to come up with a way that, I don't know, I've thought of a lot of things of what we could do at the clinic as far as, holding community outreaches or whatever that might be. Because like in my world, I feel like I'm pretty familiar with the function of a health coach, but I think, and maybe I'm wrong for our viewers, but I feel, it's just kind of a buzzword to them. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe
No, I think you're absolutely right. A lot of people, when I first have consultations with people, they're afraid in a way. They're like, what are we going to do? What are you going to make me do?
Yeah.
They don't know. They don't understand what a health coach does. Or
Do
what
they
it
think
is.
you're more of a trainer?
A lot of times they're like, are you going to make me an exercise plan? Are you going to give me a meal plan? No, I can't do that. It's outside of my scope of practice. But I can educate you on lots of those things because that's all in my wheelhouse. I am very knowledgeable about exercise, nutrition, lifestyle.
Yep.
So we talk a lot about that. I give out a lot of resources for people so that they can learn and become empowered and understand.
Yeah.
Kind of break through the noise.
Like, so do you go, say you have a client that's struggling with food. Do you go over, like, I know you can't prescribe a nutritional program.
Right.
But like, do you take them to the grocery store?
Yes.
Do you,
I go to their house sometimes and we look through their pantry. We learn how to read labels. A lot of people don't understand how to read nutrition labels. We talk a lot about ingredients. We talk about the importance of high quality nutrition. Like we want nutrient dense. So they don't understand what that means.
Correct.
They don't even know what a carbohydrate is. They think it's all bagels and pizza.
And
So
or just pasta.
Right, or just pasta, those kinds of things. So so I've been to the grocery store with clients and I teach them how to shop. We make sure they have a grocery list. They meal plan. That's also something I feel is really empowering. It gives you a lot of control.
Yeah.
So we do lots of different things. It just depends on what they need.
Do you have any local like meal services that you recommend for like just busy people? Like
Sometimes, yes. I mean, I I haven't tried a lot of them
Okay.
personally just
Yeah.
because I prefer to cook my own food. But I do have clients that I've worked with who've told me about food services. So I do know of some, so I can recommend them.
You can recommend them. Very good. So as you and I both know, like functional medicine, longevity, medicine, it's not a quick fix.
Right.
And
It takes time.
it takes time. And, I think when I have a new patient come to Beyond Health, I was like, this is a journey. Like, yes, I hope my prayer is always that you get a quick win. And usually we can with, maybe hormone adjustment or, just helping them downregulate from stress, right?
Yes.
But this is the long haul, right? I mean, it's something that you're truly investing.
Right.
But how does health coaching help patients commit to that long-term lifestyle changes that is really needed when a client patient is in a functional longevity?
Yeah. So we really talk a lot about the readiness to change.
Yeah.
If they're not ready, it's not going to happen. So that's an important quality when I'm working with a client is that I want to know how ready they are to change.
Yeah.
If they are ready, then really a lot of the times they need to understand it does take time. That's why people are really surprised when I tell them you're going to need probably 6 sessions with me. And they have this look of just surprise. But I'm like, it's not a quick fix. You have to change yourself, and you have a lot of unwinding to do. Habits take a while to form, and it takes a lot longer to unravel them.
Yeah.
So we work a lot on realizing that and then what they can do to move forward in a way that's not going to overwhelm them, first of all. Because if you try to do too many things at once, you're going to fall off.
Yeah.
People have told me that time and time again.
Yeah. So how do you promote readiness? Like, is there certain tools or like how do you?
We use measures like scales.
Okay.
So I ask them to rank, like on a scale of 1 to 10, how ready are you to take this particular thing on it's a goal. And if they're below a 6, I'm going to say that's not the goal for you right now.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk around what are they really, really ready to do that they can commit to. And that takes some thought. So that's another reason health coaching, I'm there to ask them a lot of questions. I'm there to reflect to them what's going on for them. And that's a valuable way to spend your time if you're trying to make changes in your life.
So is that a target? I've heard that from other health coaches is that if they're below a 6, a lot of health coaches won't take on the client. Is it just in that area, or how do you deal with that? I'd be curious, is that your guys' training? Anyways, I'm getting me to interrupt.
No, it's okay. That's a good question because there are people who are ready to make specific changes in one area. I'm like, that's fine. Let's work on that because then once you start making changes, then it starts snowballing because they start feeling better.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I can do this.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of the time it's just breaking down that mindset of I'm never going to change. I'm never going to be able to do this. Once they're able to get through one thing, they know they can get through other things. So I won't say, no, I won't work with you. But as long as there's one thing.
And that's what you focus on. Yeah. Just out of curiosity, what readiness score do you guys, is there a certain score you guys use? Or is it just
it's a general
one?
Yeah, there's different measures. Like one that I love to use and I use with all of my clients is called the circle of life.
Okay.
And it's a circle that you rank all of these different categories because it's a functional look at the person. It's your home environment, your home cooking, your education, your spirituality, your relationships. We rank all of those.
Okay.
On a scale of 1 to 10. And then it's a visual. So like they get this little spiky circle. It's supposed to be a circle, but it looks like a spiky ball. And then they pick. I'm like, okay, if you're looking at this, which of these categories really resonates with you that you want to focus in on? Health is not just diet and exercise. Okay, so we talk a lot about all of those categories, especially the ones that resonate. That way they're motivated. They feel a little bit more empowered. They're less afraid, tentative to move forward. I love the visual of that. Then other ones are really just a ranking system.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. That's such a true statement that health is not just about diet and exercise, right? It's health. I mean, someone has a toxic family environment or lack of family.
Yes.
How that feeds into their movement and their diet.
Yeah.
And then I think also people's faith. I mean,
Yes.
regardless
we talk about
of what.
spirituality.
Yeah.
I mean, spirituality has
So it's far-reaching.
Far-reaching.
Yeah.
So what does that mean to them? Because
Yeah.
a lot of people do. They want to feel like they have a spiritual connection, and that's really surprising to a lot of people. That we would even be talking about spirituality
In
in health.
But it's so connected.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
In your opinion, who benefits most from adding a health coach? So, like, if you had your ideal avatar, what does that client look like to you?
That's a really good question. Like,
Yeah.
So that person, I feel like, has been wanting to make change for a long time. They've been afraid. They don't know how. They're overwhelmed. And they've been waiting for that lifeline, I guess I'll call it, that thing that they like, oh, this could actually help me. And people who are looking at their labs, for example, and they don't like that. They're like, I don't want to be pre-diabetic.
Yeah.
I don't want these numbers to be like this. I want to make change. So the main thing that I look for is someone who is really ready. They want to make change.
Yeah. Well, and, sadly, I mean, we definitely have some patients that come in that are healthy, but a lot of them are really metabolically sick. And so we hit them with that information because we do sit down and explain the labs very in details of, what does the albumin mean as far as from a longevity perspective, lower liver enzymes, insulin resistance. And, the last thing I want to do for anybody is to make them feel powerless.
Yes.
And, going back, I think that's why we work so well together is I sometimes, I want to be very upfront with patients. Like, I'm not here to just say, you're fine when
And
you're
that's
really
the feedback
not.
I get. They say to me, I'm so grateful Kristi told me this is what I need to change, and you're going to help me do that. We're working together.
Yeah. So what is one misconception about health coaching you would love to clear up?
I think that what I'd like to clear up is just health coaching is an amazing tool that if you use it in connection with your practitioner, you can really achieve. There's just not a lot of awareness around health coaching that it even is an option for you to use in your health journey, trying to get well, trying to get healthy, going for longevity. So that health coaching exists.
Well, and I think my goal, again, for Beyond Health is to bring that awareness and really make it an integrative part together that I can't have success without you. You can't have success without us.
And I truly believe that is the way health coaching works the best.
Yeah. What is one simple habit shift you wish every patient would start today or to support their health journey? Like, if that one.
Yeah, we talked about this a little earlier.
Sure.
It's get up and move. Have some movement every hour.
Yep.
It can just be getting up out of your seat, going to the bathroom, doing a couple of squats while you're in there so nobody can see you or, in your office. That movement piece. I think we are way too sedentary.
No. Well, and, you can have the perfect hormone regimen plan, peptides, supplements, but by far, exercise is your biggest longevity hack. Like, you can't achieve true lasting health without an exercise program.
Absolutely.
But, I tell people, it's not like you have to, that mindset that you have to spend hours at the gym.
No.
I mean, this morning at the gym, I was there for 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very intentional.
And you went. You
and
did
I went.
it.
Yeah. Or just, like, again, walking.
Walking is an amazing form of exercise. There's so many benefits to walking. And we talk a lot about that because people just write it off. They're
Write
like,
it
well,
off.
I don't, you know, I just walked.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. You walked.
Yeah.
We're meant to do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, again, I think having you here, it was such a pleasure. And
Thank
I
you so
really am
much.
looking forward to our journey together. Yeah.
So am I. This is really going to be fun and exciting. Thank you so much, Kristi, for having me.
Thanks.